Hey guys, welcome to my review of Titans Episode 8 right here on the Geek Fortress. If you guys don't know, my channel is DarkKnightNation, but you can call me Dark Knight or DK, since we're friends. And I had the fortune of doing a Titans Episode 4 and 6 review here for you guys, and Lewis was kind enough to invite me back on to spend some more time with you lovely nerds. Now, make sure, if you aren't already, to subscribe down below to the Geek Fortress, like this video if you dig it, and don't forget to answer the question of the day down in the comments. It'll appear somewhere up here. I'll try to make note of it in the video because I know people tend to tab out and just listen to these kind of reviews. If you guys end up digging what I have to say, please do me a favor, come on down to my channel, come check me out. You can find me here or somewhere down in the description below. My channel specializes in discussions, reviews, story dissections, and much, much more. We're on the push to 200 subscribers for the end of the year, and I would love for you guys to be a part of that community. So make sure to come check me out. Otherwise, let's get right into our review of Titans Episode 8. So, picking up on this episode, we disregard how Dick Grayson let a building of people die. We start this episode off sometime during Dick's early years as Robin. The Cape Crusader and the Boy Wonder make their way back to the manor after battling one of their most treacherous foes. Upon arriving home, Dick finds a young Donna Troy in his room as Diana Prince and the Dark Knight talk business downstairs. We really begin to delve into the charming kinship between the two sidekicks as Donna reminds the Boy Wonder why he does what he does. And what's really cool here is it kind of suggests that maybe the original Teen Titans existed, including like Robin, Speedy, Aqualad, and I think that's a really great idea, and it makes a lot of sense because they've already established that the Justice League existed, and they've been mentioned in passing. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Back in the present, the Titans split up, and after their time at the asylum, Dick kind of realizes that being Robin isn't going to work, but neither does not being Robin. So he sets off to find an old friend in order to gain some clarity, while the rest of the team head towards Ohio to kind of touch base at Raven's mother's family home. But before they part though, Dick and Rachel have a really nice brother-sister encounter that really highlights the relationship that's been building between the two of them throughout the season. Sometime later, Dick makes his way to the home of his childhood friend, Donna Troy. Haha, surprise! He tells her that he's done being Robin, but he's struggling with finding himself and kind of asks for some sisterly advice on how to quit, how she quit, and how she dealt with it all. We learn that over the years, Donna's actually taken up the profession of photography, and she brings Dick to one of her galleries as means to socialize him a little bit. He proceeds to argue that he's fine chatting it up, as Donna leaves him to make some really awkward small talk with some of the viewers, and trust me, it's as awkward as you might think. On the train to Ohio, though, Rachel and her mother Angela have a bit of a mother-daughter moment as we begin to pick up the pieces on the backstory that they share together, while Beast Boy and Corey vent on about the ongoings of the previous episode in the asylum, more specifically embracing who they are versus who they want to be, and then kind of positing who they're meant to be. Corey becomes increasingly suspicious of this guy eyeing her down in the train car. She confronts him and begins to doubt her instinct a bit as he cries for mercy, just saying that he thought she was attractive. Back at the gallery, Donna leaves Dick alone to go meet with a client. And, being the ward of the most cynical man in the history of ever, Dick follows her as some unknown captor puts a bag over her head and pulls her into a van. They end up in a dark, musty warehouse as we soon learn that Donna is meeting with a high-end poacher to use her photographs to expose his competition. Hearing enough, Dick makes his appearance from the shadows and starts beating some ass. Donna explains the situation to him and that although she left the mantle of Wonder Girl behind, she still has other methods to do right by the world. She was systematically taking down the entire poaching operation piece by piece. So in order to maintain her cover, she forces Dick to take a photo of her unconscious next to the poacher. One highlight of this episode for me was diving into the brother-sister relationship that these two have. Donna truly does act like an older sister to Dick, seeing as he had to be the big brother for most of the season to the rest of the Titans. It's really nice getting to see this shift in dynamic a little bit, and provides a little bit more depth to Dick as a character. The two former Capes make their way over to Donna's apartment, where they continue to delve a little bit more into Dick's situation at hand. By the way, I have to say that I'm really into exploring Dick's juvenile side when he's with Donna. It draws a little bit more of a firmer connection to the source material, that being the comic book Dick Grayson, and I think that's something we've lacked a little bit thus far. It provides a little bit more depth to the character and almost makes me forget about how he killed a building full of people. This conversation is fairly serious though, as the two begin to address the tendencies instilled in him by Batman at a young age. Now, there's this great bit of dialogue between the two characters that I really want to make sure you guys hear, because to me, A, this is some of the greatest conversation we've seen throughout the entirety of the show, but B, I think it really hits home the dynamic both between Dick and Donna, but also Bruce and Diana. So here it goes.
You know, when Diana took me in, she showed me how to fill the hole that fire left in my life with love and with family. That's just what the Amazons do. They have a tradition of empowerment and self-discovery. Bruce filled that hole in your life the only way he knew how. With rage and violence. Wonder Woman was born to protect the innocent. Batman was created to punish the guilty. But we're not them. Neither one of us.
Back on the train, we learn that the staring creep works with the FBI and is actually here to bring Coriander into custody. Him and the FBI attempt to capture the remainder of the Titans, however, they escape, finally arriving at Angela's home. Cori suffers from another sudden influx of her memories. While Raven notices the wincing, she suggests that maybe she can heal her brain the same way she healed the Doctor's neck in the previous episode, or the girl in the Doom Patrol episode. While Donna looks for the photos to maintain her cover with the poacher, she finds the photos of Tamara and text Dick had taken a couple episodes back. Apparently it's some offshoot of Sumerian, to which Donna can understand and begins to translate. She begins to read off Cori's mission statement from the text, saying that her task is to secure the Raven. At the same time, Raven begins her attempt to heal Cori's mind, as Cori's eyes flicker green and Raven is lifted off the ground by the throat, closing out the episode. All in all, I thought this episode was pretty alright. I don't think that there was anything that really hit home for me, but it wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. It certainly didn't yield the same reaction, clearly, that the last episode did. But I think that a lot of the strengths lie in the interplay and relationship between Dick and Donna, and how it kind of leads to a little bit more digging into how Dick is feeling, A. B, how Dick is kind of reacting to no longer being Robin and trying to find his place in the world. I mean, it's ultimately a continuation of what the show's been from the beginning, because Dick has been trying to find himself. But now that he's kind of walked away from Robin, he has even less to hold on to. And that really significantly upplays the role that Donna plays both in his life as a child and in his life now, trying to find something new. Ultimately, they kind of explore Robin as an echo chamber for Bruce's own grief and for his anger. And Dick realizes that, but the thing I find interesting here is that he's not really hostile towards the idea, right? It doesn't seem, at least from their tabletop conversation, to make him angry. So I'm interested in whether or not we're going to explore that in future episodes. I'm sure we will. This is the next step in Dick Grayson taking on the mantle of Nightwing. This episode also builds a little bit on the relationship between Rachel and her mother Angela, and I think it's going to be priming us up for some sort of tragedy, whether or not it's a death or a betrayal. Obviously, I don't think that Angela's going to stay around very long. It's Titans, not Angela. So I think that the purpose here, or maybe it's just me making a god-awful prediction, that there's going to be a tragedy with Angela. She's either dying or going to betray the team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Am I right? Am I blowing smoke? Is she going to stay alive and we're going to see a relationship kind of burgeon between the two? Let me know. Another cool thing about this episode is that we're starting to resolve the whole Starfire plotline for the most part, or at least get a little bit more backstory on why she's here, how exactly she lost her memories, and how things are going to carry forward. Ultimately, Titans is about a group of people kind of yearning to find purpose in the world, and find a purpose that is both independent of what people told them they could be and independent of the more trivial aspects of life. So I'm on board. It's been the same premise that we've been following this entire series, but now we're finally starting to get a little bit of resolution. And if you think about it, I'm pretty sure there's only like 3 more episodes left in the season. So we're definitely coming to an end here for the first season. And I'm really interested to see how it resolves. I'm really hoping something pops up where we learn that Dick Grayson didn't let a building of people die. If you guys are interested, in a couple weeks I'm actually going to be interviewing one of the writers of Titans, and more specifically one of the main writers on that episode over on my channel. It should be somewhere like the 3rd week of December. His name's Brian Edward Hill. I've actually interviewed him before. He's a comic book writer, TV writer, amongst a number of other creative projects. I really trust his judgment, so I'm hoping that he'll be able to shed a little bit of light on the situation. Because I've expressed quite a bit how I don't think it was right for Dick to have killed anybody or been complicit in anyone dying, because ultimately it kind of recedes the development that the characters made this far. And so, again, let's be open to that, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So make sure to come check my channel out for more great geeky content, including this upcoming interview with Brian Edward Hill. And we've had a plethora of other comic book creator interviews, but this one obviously pertains to the topic at large, that is Titans. And we'll also probably go over a little bit of his new series, American Carnage, which is spectacular, by the way. Just had its first issue. You guys should definitely be picking that up. And then he'll be starting Batman and the Outsiders sometime within the next month or so. With that being said, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode of our Titans review here on the Geek Fortress. Thank you again to Lewis for having me on, and if you guys aren't already, make sure you like this video to let us know that you dig what we're putting out. Subscribe to both the Geek Fortress down below and to my channel, which you can find the link in the description. The two of us will be collaborating more and more as the future goes on, and I hope you're there to join us. Now don't forget, folks, stay awesome and geek on. Dark Knight Nation signing out.